So, the black tax. 100 years of theft, exploitation, and dispossession in America. Dispossession in America. Revealing a history that is deep, broad, and infuriating. Pause. The black tax casts a bold light on the racist practices long hidden in the shadows of America's tax regimes. So, this is a book, obviously, here. You guys should read it if you get a chance. This is just a quick excerpt. American taxation is unfair and is most unfair to the very people who critically need its support. Not only do taxpayers with fewer resources, less wealth and power and land pay more than the well-off, but they are forced to fight for their rights within an unjust system of undermines any attempts to improve their position or economic standing. The Black Tax, Andrew W. Carl reveals the shocking history of ruinous consequences of inequitable and predatory tax laws in this country. Above all, widespread and devastating racial disposition. Think he got a point? You think there's something to this?
I'm a visual person, and that text is very small. I'd have to read it because it was a little broken up, but you're reading it, not trying to be funny either. Can you put it in back chat?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So this is the origin. It actually started in South Africa also. This is taxation rates and things of that nature. But what I was more so focused on, and I just want, if you guys get a chance, read this. But I wanted to focus on more so the black tax that we implement on each other. The fact that the women, do they have to do those things that are unbecoming? And I had to get on a phone call. Is that a black tax? And look at this part. And Sherelle, I feel, and I'm saying feel, like you maybe mentioned a level of this before. Like, share, subscribe, tell a friend and tell a friend. Hit that like button right now if you can. That helps the channel the most. Do you guys know who Trent Richardson is?
Yes.
Who is he?
He played football.
A former NFL player.
Okay, so you know who he is, or
No, yeah, he's a former NFL player, and did he buy a property somewhere?
So you don't know who Trent Richardson is, huh?
I know.
This is your moment. If you don't know it, just say you don't know it.
This the boy who mama walked off on him?
No.
They wear helmets. Nobody know these people.
Okay, so love, sorry. Do you know who Trent Richardson is?
Could you just refresh my memory real quick, please?
No, this is your opportunity.
Oh, trying to be funny. I know football. I know football.
No, you say I don't know who he is. I was mistaken.
I don't know much about him. I know he used to play football. That's what I know about him.
For who?
Alabama.
That's not Alabama.
He played for the Colts.
That's not the Colts. Oh, that's the Colts. Wait, is that college or football? Or NFL? I don't know. Oh, maybe I thought he was somebody. I don't know him. I don't know that man.
That is Alabama. Yo, you have no clue who he is. You have no clue who he is.
But I had a different person. I said just Alabama. You sat there, that's not him. I said, well, maybe I don't know who he is then.
But nobody could sit up here and be like, that ain't Alabama. And I'd be like, oh, because I know who Trent Richardson is. This is your opportunity, Asia. Do you know who Trent Richardson is? You have an opportunity.
I already said he's a former player for Alabama. I already said that.
Okay, you have no clue.
What more do you want from me?
So Trent Richardson he was drafted by the Browns. I think he was the 3rd or 4th pick. I think his contract was like 20 million, 13 million guaranteed. Obviously, the tax rate is about 50%. So he keeps like 7 million of that. And this is the part of black tax that really we got to get into. He was, arguably the best Alabama running back. You could put him in the top 5 for sure. Mark Ingram won the Heisman his freshman year, and he still had 700 yards. He was drafted by the Browns, was traded to the Colts. He had a stint with the Raiders and the Jets. And he got traded within his first 4 years, which is not something that happens often at all, right? Generally speaking, he was a bust, but he didn't get paid like a bust on that rookie contract. You know? Trent Richardson was ass, though. Look at this. This is Trent here. So Trent is number 33 with the arrow, right? Do you see that big ass hole to the left?
Yes.
And look where Trent running.
Wait, is he supposed to?
So he number 33. You see him?
Yeah.
And he's lit. You see his legs. He ain't going that other way. Like he ain't setting up a cut. He going to the mess 100%.
Wait, is he trying to tackle somebody or he got the ball?
He got the ball.
To get to the score, he should be going to the left to get through around the other people. Oh, child.
His job is literally to run to that big ass hole to the left.
Away from the defenders. That's his job.
But
Is that the touchdown in the back?
That's like a hot there's fields that they play at times where it's a baseball field. Then there's the old Raiders station, So that sums up Trent Richardson. But this is the important part.
Why your camera off?
Oh, my battery died. I'm about to fix it. So here's the important part. I can't believe y'all blame the men.
Revenge against LSU. And I think most of y'all knows what happens next. He gets all this hype around him leading up to the pre-draft, and he gets selected with a 3rd overall pick by the Cleveland Browns. It's risky. It really is selecting a running back that high, but at the time, nobody thought it was a risk. Everybody thought, man, Trent Richardson, this is a generational running back. Hindsight's 2020, of course. Me and you can sit here and say, oh, that was a stupid pick, but back then, it almost seemed like a risk and a stupid decision not to take this guy. That's how good he was, and I want to remind people on that. For example, if Alabama and Tennessee play and I pick Alabama to win and the game ends and Tennessee wins, yeah, it's easy for me to sit there and go, man, I should have picked Tennessee. I knew they were going to win. You see what I'm saying? So I want to remind people it wasn't dumb to take this guy with the 3rd overall pick. Here's where things start to get interesting and our story takes a very fast decline. In that 2012 season for Richardson with the Browns, I wouldn't say it was terrible. I would just label it as it was okay for a rookie running back, and he also broke Jim Brown's rookie rushing record. In that 2012 season, he had 267 carries for 950 yards, nearly got that 1,000 mark, averaged 3.6 yards per carry with 11 touchdowns. Remember this, 3.6 yards per carry. We'll talk about that in just a second. I'm going to emphasize this. That rookie year, not atrocious. Yeah, he only averaged 3.6 yards per carry, but he was a rookie. He nearly had 1,000 yards.
So 3.6 yards per carry is not good.
It's trash.
10 yards to get a first down. So literally you need every down. And then the 1,000-yard mark is not touted anymore as much because you got 16 games. Well, it's 17 now. So you need 65 yards a game on average. And he got a bunch of carries, right? So it's not terrible, but the 3rd pick.
Yeah, he should do it more than 3.6 yards. Yeah, of course.
But ladies and gentlemen, here was the real problem that was going on for Trent Richardson.
Here's what we need to focus on.
And it had nothing to do with football. It was going on behind the scenes. Behind his back, Trent Richardson's own family and friends spent $1.6 million in 10 months. Look, I'm not going to sit up here and say, man, how can you spend $1.6 million in 10 months? Because it's easy. It's easy to spend money. And it's really easy to spend somebody else's money knowing it doesn't affect you whatsoever. But here's what I am going to say, and I don't understand. How could you do that to somebody that was helping you out? And I want to remind you all of this to give you even more perspective. When he signed his contract with the Browns, it was $20.5 million with $13 million guaranteed. A lot of people fail to realize taxes apply to athletes as well. So yes, he got $13 million guaranteed, but he's only taken home about $7 million of that. And then to go on top of that, his family spent $1.6 million. So now he's left over with about $4 or $5 million. And he really didn't even have that $4 to $5 million left over because he spent a lot of it, and I'll show you that right here. The first thing he wanted to do when he got his money was to make sure his family was A-okay and they were set for life. So what did he do? He bought himself a 6-bedroom, $825,000 house in Cleveland. I have no problem with that whatsoever. Why? Because Trent Richardson worked for it, and you need a house. Okay, maybe he didn't need an $800,000 house, but a house is an investment, and if you know anything, you know that. It's not like he bought an $800,000 Lamborghini or Bugatti. This was money where if he went down bad, he could sell his house, and at bare minimum, get $750K back. But anyways, continuing along here. Yes, he bought himself that house for over $800,000, but he also rented a house for his mother to live close by, and he bought his grandmother a 5-bedroom, $350,000 house in Pensacola. I do want to speak on that last part because I remember riding through Pensacola around this time frame when all this was going on. And that house for his grandmother, it almost seemed like a tourist attraction. And when I say tourist attraction, that might be a stretch, but I just remember a lot of people always pointing at it and taking pictures of it, I guess to say they saw Trent Richardson's grandmother's house. But also, and I could be wrong on this, but I had some family and friends in Pensacola, and they would tell me at multiple different times, Trent Richardson would park his cars outside of that house, and they would have $500,000, $600,000, $100,000 cars just sitting out in the grass. I could be wrong on that, but that's what some people told me back then. If you're from that Pensacola area and you remember this time frame, let me know your thoughts down below. That was one thing I remember people talking about, but I really can't confirm or deny it. It happened so long ago. So right then there alone, he bought an $800,000 house for himself, a $350,000 house for his grandmother, and he was renting a house for his mom. So that alone was costing him over $1.1-ish to $1.2 million. And that's not a big deal whatsoever. He's taking care of his family. I get it. That's not a big deal. He's not wasting money. He's got real estate. But then, and this was the biggest problem, he felt like Trent Richardson was such a nice guy. He felt like he had to take everybody to the top and help out every single person. And this is why I tell you guys, I've said it over and over and over. When you're striving for greatness, when you're trying to separate yourself from the crowd and you start advancing and leveling up in this life, you can't take everybody to the top with you. You can't. And you may feel like an a-hole for not doing it, but trust me, you're not. You just simply can't do it. Because what's going to happen is a lot of people are going to weigh you down. And I can't show you a better example than what I'm about to get into next. One of Trent Richardson's friends said this, quote unquote, he felt like he was obligated to bring all these people with him. He didn't want to leave anybody behind. Keyword in that statement, anybody. You're probably thinking, okay, he's helping out a couple of friends and his parents. No. It was anybody. If somebody did their car pay off or they was about to get evicted, their rent was due, or just simple bills, and it was even rumored about funerals, weddings, and other stuff, he would pay for all of it. And the worst part about this, he allowed access to his bank accounts to his close family and friends. This isn't even life advice with your boy Matt. This is just common knowledge. You don't let anybody get access to your bank account. I don't even care if it's your mom, your dad, your brother, whoever. Your bank account is your bank account. And here's what Trent Richardson had to say about this, quote unquote. I just made sure that my immediate family was taken care of. And so then it came to everybody outside immediate family. You got people coming from everywhere. Yeah, that sums up the best. That's pretty much what happened. When people heard, hey, Trent Richardson, he's helping out this guy, then they would call him up and say, hey, man, remember when me and you had lunch in 4th grade? Well, I need you to pay for my wedding. I need you to pay for my new car, blah, 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 blah. He just simply got taken advantage of. There's not another way to put it. And here's what Nick Saban had to say about it, quote unquote. He is such a good guy. He wants to please everyone. That makes it difficult to disappoint people with the word no. And even Trent Richardson said in an interview that was Saban's biggest concern about him. Matt wrote a clip.
And that was one of Coach Saban, only knock on me. When he sat there, when I told him I was leaving, said, the only thing I have, that I'm scared about you, Trent, is like your heart's so big. You don't know how to say no.
You can hear the pain in his voice. And I do want to say that Trent Richardson, he is well-spoken, but check this out. Here's what he had to say about his family and friends spending $1.6 million. It's just one of those moments where I was just blinded by my heart, by loving everybody and thinking that everybody was for me. I know they love me. I know they do care, but at that time, they took advantage of me. Even there in that last sentence, you can tell he's too nice. He said, I know they do care. No, dude, if they cared about you, they wouldn't have spent your money. He was too nice. It's as simple as that. And it's such a rare situation and scenario because most athletes are a-holes. Well, they're not a-holes. That's a bad way to put it, but I think most.
So I get it.
Yes, we get it. Yes. Lack of financial literacy.
What's your thoughts on Trent?
I think he had a lack of financial literacy. And I also think that he had that poverty-stricken hood rich mentality in his purchases. He purchased an $800,000 house just for him. And if he had a better financial, literacy or understanding, or even a good trusted financial advisor, then he would have said, you can buy this house, but put your family in it and then make investments here. Like when you buy these properties, make sure they're good investments. Like it's to me, I just hear such a lack of financial literacy and understanding and poverty-stricken hood rich mentality. I got to buy all these cars and all these houses, not understanding building assets.
Okay.
And advantage of by his family, because his mother could have been, and maybe she did, but she could have been like, no, baby, me and your grandmother could live together. We could live in this one house. She may have said that. He sat there and said, no, mama, I want to buy this for you. But his parents, friends, and cousins, and I don't know if it's a tax or just literally being a very naive and gullible and easy prey for predators.
That's an excuse. And it's an excuse because everybody knows the Michael Vick story. Okay. Michael Vick wrote the story, he told the story, It's part of his rehab to tell the story. At the end of the day, these athletes have no excuse. They have no excuse to be in situations like this. Okay. The story has been told many times, and there should be no reasoning why he is in the situation that he was in.
Why?
That's an excuse. Because there are people in that space willing and preemptively telling these boys while they're in college the story. So I don't have any type of remorse. I have no type of remorse for that, because the story is always told. It's told to every single draftee. It's told. The story is told. Michael Vick's story is told to every single draftee.
So it's his fault.
It is. It is. And it is his fault, because every draftee is told that story.
Yeah, but it just, I think this is bigger than them. This is bigger than them. When Jay-Z, when he said his cousin came to him and said, "Yo, I need $6,000 to start this thing," it was mixed reviews from people. Oh, you got it. Why you ain't give it to him, etc., etc. Because this, you see Trent Richardson, you looking at him, he don't look like no. But this is the expectation. This is the expectation. Shrell, do you have any thoughts on Trent Richardson? Because I'm about to play out another video, and this isn't a person who just blows money, but watch the obligations this person still has that are similar. This person that we're going to see does have money now, but this person had to work their way to get to it. Prize fighting has a little bit different of a connotation. Now, not to say they don't do it, but the path to the money is different. You start out as an amateur boxer, Olympic boxer, right? You work your way up, right? You know. Now, obviously, if they see you have talent, right, the trajectory may be much more, maybe quicker, but it's a little bit different, especially for a woman. But look at her obligations. And this is what I'm talking about. Black tax, $300,000 for me ain't the same. I remember I graduated college with this dude. His grandma, for a graduation present, gave him $50,000. I could think about 3 people right now that pay for their grandma medicine. Let me show y'all this, right? Because I showed y'all Trent, but I want to make sure we bring it full circle and have the real conversation, because the financial literacy and all that stuff seems so obvious to people who are obviously financially literate. I think oftentimes we cast this cloud based on where we stand, but the truth is, when you got that money and when bullets is flying and people coming at you in all different ways, and you really want to help, and you think that you got good plans, and you think they got a good game plan, things don't come to fruition.
Yeah. Can I say something?
Yeah, go ahead.
Nah, I definitely think it's a black tax, and it's combined with like the survivor's remorse, right? Which him saying like you don't want to leave everybody behind. You grow up and you're looking at everybody's situation when you're growing up, and you just like, man, we need help. So when you're the one and you make it, you're like, I'm the help, right? I'm gonna get everybody up. But people never really want what you can give them. People want what you have. I don't want the 50,000 you're gonna give me. I want that whole 50 million that you got. So people gonna keep on coming back for you. And then we don't set up businesses for our families to where they could have it. Like, okay, look, I'm gonna buy you a laundromat. I'm gonna buy, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna buy you a car wash. I'm gonna buy you a multi-family home. That way you could live in one of them and you rent the other 3 out so that you have an income. We don't understand all of that. We're buying them cars, having to pay their car notes. We're buying them houses. We're just giving them money and they're not doing anything with it, right? So after a while, it just really starts to wear you thin. And you don't know how to say no, especially when you have it. Somebody coming to you and they say, I just need 5,000 and you got 50 million in the bank. Like, how you gonna tell somebody no for the 5,000 until they ask you 5,000 times, right? until you got 5,000 people asking you for 5,000, and it just really gets overwhelming because people start to feel an entitlement, like, oh, you got it, so we all on, and it's very problematic. It holds us back, and it's kind of like it hinders us from being able to actually grow the generational wealth because we have one earner and nobody else is trying to multiply the money.
Yeah, you know, you just popped in my head, right? There's this streamer, his name is Tim Cass, right? And I learned about him from Chaotic. Chaotic used to say this thing. He's like, Tim Cass don't even read super chats, and he always in the top 5 every single week. If you go to this thing called Playboard, right? He don't even read them. He barely acknowledge them, depending on the price point. You know, but that you got it mentality seems to permeate through our people often. Oh, you got it. Them niggas on there. I did it. Right? Like it just, I don't know why that thought just popped in my head.
Relate that, connect that. Then you don't read the super chats because he feels they got the money or they're giving him the money.
So Tim Cass is a white boy, right? Okay. There's nothing provocative about the show. And motherfuckers just be talking. All I'm saying is they don't read shit. None of the super chats, you know? Mm-hmm. You know, I see a lot of content creators like, thank you for this person who donated the most this show, and here's a prize, and like pushing so much for us, you know, on black owned channels to get $1, $5, $2, $20, you know?
Oh, that's his point. It's a white boy.
He's a white boy, yeah. He don't do none of that shit.
But black content creators, thank you. We appreciate you. And then let's chats. That's the point you're making.
Yeah, or even like the likes. Like, what's the likes right now, Matt? So look, Matt been tracking the likes, right? Oh shit, my bad. Look,
150.
And it's 330. I just think about that shit, you know? When I make that hyperbolic statement, like niggas ain't coming if you don't got no free food. You know? And the thing is, from what I gathered from looking at him, and I think Callie watch it, he just be talking. Like he'll take up political segment or topic and just say what he want about the shit.
What's his demographic? You know, his viewership demographic.
Yeah, white people.
Right, and so he's getting all these super chats. And he's getting these likes, and he's in the top 5 or whatever. I want to relate it back to us then. So people love your content. I think you showed one time. Thank you for 1 million views for a video or overall, whatever. When people love your content, they come back and watch it over and over again and use it for their content. Yet, it's 50% of the likes for people that are watching. Like, likes are free. They're not even being funny. Likes are free, and you're obviously watching it. What is in the brain of people that are watching? You can't simply sit there and click like. I never understood that. Or it's like, we'll sit there and we'll go, I guess you look cute or whatever. It's like it's like it pains us sometimes as a collective. Obviously, I'm talking about as a collective to show support and or to like something that we do. I don't understand that, and I'm asking questions out this point. I'm not making any type of deduction or conclusion. It's just very interesting to me that people will watch you, black content creators, but won't even click like, but you like the show. Or or social media, right? You'll subscribe to somebody's page, or you'll follow them, but you only follow them to put in nasty comments and rude comments in their comments. That's weird. Those are just questions and observations that I have. I don't have any.
And maybe people do it all the time, I guess. There's always a disparity.
I was gonna say, you think they take it for granted?
Yeah. All right, let me show you.
Question, bro. Say it.
I said, do you think they take it for granted, Hamp, that you got your followers are going to just follow you and watch anytime? So they're just like, I don't have to hit like because Hamp going to get his numbers anyways. You think that's what it is?
Mm-hmm.
The black tax you're saying?
Mm-hmm. DC, what up? Yo, I'm just thinking. I just look at like throwing events, you know? We used to do this networking event, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know, my friends are pretty well to do for all intents and purposes, right?
Mhm.
Military, fraternities, sororities, you know, engineering clubs, lawyers, like the whole nine, you know. You walk in a room, if you throw a party in DC and it's just my friends,
Mhm.
there's if it's 20 people in a room, it's probably 10 millionaires.
Mhm.
When you add in people's houses and 15 million when you add in people's assets, right?
Mhm.
We throw an event. Now we throw a party, people come, you know.
Yeah.
But we throw like networking and things of that nature. We got to make sure we got a DJ. We got to make sure that there's drink specials and all this shit. That's black tax.
Yeah, I got
They
you.
used to do this. Do you remember that shit called networking after work?
Yes. Mhm.
All you did was show up and be, oh, there you go. Here go the name tag. Write your name on it.
Mhm.
Ain't no drink specials, ain't no DJ, ain't no. You just pay $20 to go, and then you hope you run into some people that are in your industry,
Mhm.
you know. But the white boys ain't have to do all that shit to get 200 people to come.
Right.
You know, the cookout we throw, it's like people was complaining that we put a price on it after doing it. So everybody, there was this cookout. It would be 500 people. We got DJ, got it set up, rent the park, all that. We did it free for 5 years. We start asking for donations. They start to murmur a little bit. We put a little price on it. Motherfuckers is complaining. Like, this shit is free. Free food, BYOB, DJ, all that shit. That shit feel like black tax. Like, yo,
I think it's
entitlement is crazy.
I don't know if it's entitlement or still a poverty mindset, because you always see scarcity and lack. I think that before you see abundance with the poverty mindset, you see scarcity and lack. And if I'm not getting all of this extra, then it's not enough for me. I think that's part of the poverty mindset, because why do you have to be given the sun, moon, and the stars just to come in and support? Is it because you feel I want to get more and more and more and more? What about me? What about me? And more and more and more, instead of being generous and giving. I think that's part of the poverty mindset. Poverty mindset is not just about economics. It's also about you seeing scarcity in everything that you're doing, or that's around you.
Maybe, but that's why I'm using the term obviously a little bit loosely, but it's the black tax shit. Like, I put all this shit under it. Like, the working 10 times harder. We always heard that.
Yeah.
But it's for the people around you too, your people. Every time you sell something, can I get a discount? Where my I'm just like, yo, come on, son.
I want my $20 to go far, because I don't know what's going to come again. Even though you got 20,000, this 20, and I'm being hyperbolic, y'all. Even though you got 20,000, this $20 you want me to spend at your event with the poverty mindset, I can do a whole lot more to $20 if I didn't give it to you. Because when am I going to get the next one? They look at it as not investing. They look at it as spending and giving it away. That is a symptom of a poverty mindset. It's not about having enough money or having a certain amount of money. It's about how you view money and how you view life. It's scarce. It's very, very limited. It's not more coming. That's poverty mindset. So I give you this point. Hey, I could have done this and that with that $20 instead of giving it to them and going and supporting them and investing in them.
Right, don't say it over again. Yeah.
Oh,
scarcity mindset. Yeah, I get it. God damn, how many times you gonna say the same shit over and over?
Because I wanted to land with people that didn't get the first time I said.
Trust me, bro. You ain't that dynamic. All right, so now, yeah, mute. That's one thing. That left index finger worked great. I like when that thing be.
Why are you doing this? Like, I hate when you Are windmilling on you. Don't do that.
Look at this.
It's the people around you
Change.
that changed because they didn't know it was gonna be as big of a situation. I heard how much money she make. I seen them outfits. I seen that car. How they dealing with it at this point?
You know, sadly, I have, and it's not just from family and close, but I mean, it's close friends who I grew up with.
This is Claressa Shields. You guys know who she is?
That's Papoose girlfriend.
Well, she's a boxer. I know her for being a boxer before she became Papoose' alleged girlfriend. But no, she's actually a pretty good fighter. A couple different belts under her name. So no, she's pretty good.
Yeah, she's undefeated.
Yeah, so she's really, I like her actually. And I hate the fact she's in this controversy, but yes, I know who she is.
3 weight class champion. You know?
Olympic champion.
People I was close to, immediate family, siblings. You know, some people I never thought I'd be living my life without. You know what I'm saying? And it's all because I'm successful. You know, and all because they don't know how to accept it, or they feel like I changed, or they want, or they expect more out of me. Listen, I done bought every last one of my siblings a car.
Really?
Bought my mama a house, my mama 2 cars, my daddy a car, help him with his bills, help mama with her bills, help my sister take care of her 3 kids. Her 3 kids live with me. They lived with me when I was in Michigan. 3 kids. Her little daughter come everywhere with me. Like my little niece Suki, that's my daughter. Everybody call her my daughter. She come everywhere with me. I teach them all how to box. I go there, sit with the teachers, go to teacher conferences. I do all this stuff. And it seemed like the more you do, the more that they don't like you.
Wow.
I think that for me, I overlooked how much my sister, you know, started disliking me. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know. I never done nothing to her. But she genuinely just jealous and envious and try to go on the internet and say all this crazy stuff about me and stuff like that. And it really hurt my feelings, to be honest with you, because what I've done for her, people won't do for nobody else. And it's hurtful, you know. But you know, what can you do about it? You know what I'm saying? I don't want to get emotional, you know what I'm saying? But me and my sister got the same mama and same daddy, and we grew up together. And you know, she just you work so hard to make all this money and to have a good life for yourself, and then the people who you want to share it with, they just change on you. And it's hurtful because people say it's lonely at the top, but damn, this lonely, you know what I'm saying? I would have been all right dealing with one. I could have dealt with her, you know what I'm saying? But she just decided, you know, she don't like me, and I'm this terrible person and all this stuff. So I can't change how you feel about me. I can only just say like, dang, I thought it was better than that because she my baby, you know what I'm saying? But you just got to keep on moving though, you know what I'm saying? Like I got way more fame coming than this. When this movie drop and all this stuff, I'm about to be on magazine covers and making all type of money. Man, listen.
Man, that thing dropping on Christmas too.
I am not slowing down.
Yeah.
I'm not slowing down.
This shit. Why is she crying?
That shit hurt, man.
It's hurtful. She loved her and her sister, but she to want to finally make it, and I'm thinking I'm bringing you be happy for me, and then you're not, you jealous and you mad and you talking bad about me. That's hurtful. I do feel bad for her because that's the pain in her voice. And
when you know you're doing all that you can for people, and then they talking shit about you. It's like you could tell people yes 100 times. The one time you say no, they make it seem like you ain't never ever did nothing for them. Like it's hurtful, and it's so hard to see it happen to people because that shit is lonely. So it's not just the survivor's remorse, but it's that you trying to come up with everybody you was down with, but shit just start changing when you growing and they not.
You think it's worse with us though?
All I know is us.
Yeah, I think it is. I think it is. I think it's worse.
That shit crazy, man.
Yeah.
I bought this person a car, that person a car, this person a house, take care of her kids, etc., etc.
It's never enough. And I say it again. I'm gonna say it one time and shut up. Poverty mindset. It's never gonna be enough. Poverty mindset is mad because you got the money that I should be having. And why you feel you should have it is this issue that needs therapy. But the fact that you got it, I don't have it, I deserve more. I'm just as smart as you. I'm just as good as you. Like she said, we got the same mom and dad in the same household, but you're successful.
Do you feel sorry for her?
Yeah, because she needs to learn how to sit there and let that crap go. So yeah, I want her to get some therapy. I do feel bad for her. So I want her to get therapy and let it go and not let these people. It sounds like she may be on that road, on that road, to not allow that to take away from the joy of her success. So I don't want that to take away from her joy of her success.
How about you, bro? I got you.
I'll say it again. The difference, why people are commenting and saying, what's the difference between her and Trent? The difference is, if y'all know her story, she has people in her background that are advising her and she's listening. There's a difference. Now, should somebody...
Her behavior's the same.
The behavior's the same, but again...
She's just got money coming in.
She do, but she has advisors. She has somebody that there is telling her and advising her, look, you cannot do this anymore. Instead of giving your sister money.
So she killed Trent. She had no
I don't.
grace for Trent.
I don't.
But when it came to old girl who's still perpetuating the behavior, she said it's okay because she got one white man in her ear telling her shit that she ain't listening to.
Anything about that?
That's crazy.
I believe that Trent had people telling him. I believe he had people telling him.
I can't believe this.
Sorry.
She did she did the same thing as Trent.
She did the same thing, but it just she listened to
I can't, man. Yo, I'm about to turn. Listen, man. You know what? I can't.
This might be risky,